going on, Saints fans? We're live on the channel, Saints Now by Chat Sports, here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the live programming. We put out some videos earlier this morning. We got some more content to get to here this afternoon. So thank you so much for rocking and rolling with us. As always, this is the audience build-up portion of the show. So we want to take a moment to let everyone pile into the show so that way we can have an awesome and fun time talking with every single one of you. So give me a who dat down in the comment section and make sure you vote in the live poll. 76% say no. 39 total votes. Should the Saints trade Rashid Shaheed? A lot of people are saying no. I'm saying no. But get down in the live poll and let us share or see your thoughts. And then also give us a who dat in the chat. Jerry G, Aints fan, and Lewis, Wavy Music. Good to see every single one of you. I Love Football holding it down before we even got live. And Lewis, Brandon Bumfield, good to see every one of you. Wavy Music, I Love Football, Sainty Fiend, Saint, what up, Sainty? Telvin, good to see you. Aints fan, good to see you, my friend. Hope you guys are doing well. I love the profile picture. I Love Football. We're keeping Shaheed. Keep Shaheed at all costs. Corey the Great, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you for taking some time out of your Thursday, brother. Jerry G, good to see you, my man. Always holding it down in the chat, always in the YouTube world of the New Orleans Saints. One of the proudest members of the Who Dat Nation as far as I'm concerned. Shout out to you, Jerry G. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Ann. Shout out to I Love Football. Jartavius, good to see you as well. We're going to get into some content today around some trade rumors, some news, and everything in between. But we got a pretty fun matchup here this week, Saints versus Bears. Let me know who you got. Who do you got in this one? Just type S for Saints, type B for Bears. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Can you pop up that other way in too? Because I don't remember if I don't remember if what I did was at all even close to formatting rightly. But we're going to let you guys get your votes in. The penalties. Hell yeah. Sweet. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. Sainty, Brandon, Telvin, they all got the Saints. Sainty says, let's go Shaheed. I Love Football. It's going to be a good game, but I got the Saints. Gary has been here since 8K. That is a fact. Gary has been here since pretty much day one. He is a for-lifer for sure. Jartavius, good to see you, my friend. He has the Saints winning as well. Loco Lopez made his votes very, very clear. He's got the Saints. Corey says, Saints, I don't care who we play. I love it. I love it, Corey. That's that ride or die mentality. That's why you're a real one, brother. That's why you're a real fan and you're a real one, my guy. Aints fan says, Trizzy, remember the Lockdown Lattimore guy? Is that you? Is that you, Aints fan? Or are you just asking, do you remember? Because I do. Ann says, we got to go beat Dennis Allen. Wavy says, Saints all day. I Love Football. Yes, sir. Albert, who dat winning? Really quickly, before we get to the next piece of content, I want to just let you know really quick on some injury news. Practice will be wrapping up here shortly. But as far as injury updates, Alvin Kamara, Isaac Yiadom, both were participating in portion of Thursday's practice open to the media. They missed during Wednesday. They were active today. Wide receiver Chris Olave and Alontae Taylor, they were also both out there after being limited on Wednesday. So that is what you need to know. Devon Godshaw had his routine miss on Thursday. That's not anything new for him, but he wasn't out there, so nothing too concerning. Wanted to make sure you guys knew what's going on with the injury news, and at least in that standpoint. And then, of course, we're going to have a lot of fun. Today, as y'all know, Thursdays are when we start the party because Thirsty Thursday and Have Fun Friday or Thirsty Thursday, Freaky Friday, Saturdays are for the boys, and then the Sunday Scaries. That's where we all hang out. You know, that's where we thrive. And you can't drink all weekend, and you can't party all weekend unless you start a little bit early. So Super Chat menu today. We're going to be getting our raffle tickets. As always on Thursdays, it's half off for the raffle tickets. So one raffle ticket for $5. If you want to get multiple raffle tickets, just send a few $5 ones in. If you send in a $10 Super Chat, you get a helmet sticker on the brand new Saints Now helmet. Debuted on Monday. We gave away the first 4 helmet stickers to Queen Courtney, Rhett, I Love Football, and CTM. So if you would like to be the next member of the Saints Now helmet, send in a $10 Super Chat. You will get a helmet sticker. And fun fact, when you get a helmet sticker, you enter the raffle to win this full-sized white Saints helmet going straight to your door whenever we fill it all up. So that's the fun that we're doing here on the channel. $10, you can join the Saints helmet. $5, we're going to be giving away a raffle. And if we get to $100 total dollars, every $100 we get, it's a beer bong. So you get 5 $20 super chats, or you get 10 helmet stickers. Guess what? Then I have to whip out the Freedom Funnel, start sipping brewskis. And if we get, I know, it sounds terrible. And then if we get to 200, then it's Lopez's turn. Oh, then 300, it's my turn. And then odd, and then even. And then odd, even. I
hope we don't get 200. I don't know if I can have a beer.
You know what would be such a shame is if we both had to put down like 2 beers. That would be so
If
crazy.
we both had to put down 7 beers.
I have 2 in the studio. I will be really sad if we at least don't get to drink those. Just going to put that out there.
You know what would be horrendous, actually?
What?
If we had to Uber home.
Ah, man. Could you imagine having to Uber home?
I would hate to have to do that.
It's our Friday.
Oh, my God.
Our weekend starts in like 4 hours.
I would have
not
to...
even 3. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I mean, I forgot. What are we raffling away, Lopez?
I actually hear
it's a pretty cool item.
Good this week. It's
pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Should we show them? Why not? Let's show them. Here's the raffle item. You can be the proud owner of this badass Drew Brees career accolades plaque with a couple of cards. You can be the proud new owner of this awesome plaque for $5.
That's a steal.
I mean, it has his career accolades. It has 2 of the cards. $5. $5.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes to enter the raffle. You get, and I'll tell you what, first one to enter, I'm going to give you 2 tickets. Just to sweeten the deal.
You're feeling generous on this Thursday.
First person gets 2 tickets and a helmet sticker to sweeten the deal. I love football. If it's you, I'll give you an extra helmet sticker just because, or a helmet, or an extra raffle ticket because you already have a helmet sticker. But my point being, if you would like to get in on the raffle, I'll make it a little bit of a sweeter deal for you. First couple people will also get a helmet sticker. How's that sound? How's that sound? Trying to have a little bit of fun. I love football says he wants to put it in his man cave. Jerry G listening to some press conferences. Yeah, Jerry, we already told you that information. We already told you.
According
If you might have missed it. Alvin Kamara, Isaac Yiadom both at practice. Chris Olave, Alante Taylor, they were both limited. Devon Godshaw was not there, but that's because it's a routine rest day for him on Thursdays. So there you go. Trace, who's better, Carnell Tate, Denzel Boston, or Lemon? The only name that I know is Carnell Tate. The only name that I've actually looked at is Carnell Tate. So
Lemon's the guy from USC. I know that.
Lemon's the USC guy.
Yeah, he's been.
Jerry, shout out to you for being a multitasker, bro. I suck at multitasking. Who's Denzel Boston?
I believe he is Washington.
Oh, that's the Washington cat? Yeah.
So.
I've only looked at Carnell Tate. Just saying. Isaiah wants a helmet sticker, and Isaiah, you get the first couple of raffle tickets. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Isaiah, you get 2. I'll put 2 in there for you. And then, of course, we'll get you your helmet sticker. Let me get them out of the bag. Got the helmet. Got the stickers. Isaiah. Right now, fun fact, Isaiah is the proud owner of this because there's no one else in the raffle. So, Isaiah, congratulations right now.
It'd be a pretty uneventful duck race.
It would be a pretty crazy duck race. One duck, 2 of his own ducks going at it would be wild.
We still have to run it, so just letting you know. That happened.
Yeah, if we have to run it, we will. If it only is 2, we will still run the raffle. Yeah. We will see which one of your ducks wins it, because then we can pick which wall in the man cave it goes on.
Yeah, we're gonna bet on ducks.
Yeah, we'll gamble on the ducks. It'll be great. All right, Isaiah, I'm gonna put you above Queen Courtney because she is royalty, and it's Queen Courtney and Isaiah the Jester. Boom, Isaiah. Forever on the helmet. And I'll tell you what, as always, Isaiah, if you win a raffle, I'll hand deliver it to you and we'll get some beers. The beers are already happening. It's just a matter of when. But you know how it be. If you win the raffle, I'll hand deliver it to you and we'll hang out. When it'll bring it to the beers. The beers are happening either way. You know how it be.
You don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, Isaiah, we're getting beers and you're gonna like it, okay?
You're just gonna take it. You're gonna take it.
You're gonna drink that beer and you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk ball. Okay? You got it? Good. Isaiah, thank you for your $5 or your $10 super chat, I should say. Appreciate you. Next person to send in a 10, I'll give you 2 raffle tickets and a helmet sticker, just like I did for Isaiah. So shout out to you guys if you would like to get on the helmet, if you would like to get into the raffle for the Drew Brees Career Accolades plaque. $5 to get in on the raffle. $10, I'll give you a helmet sticker and a raffle ticket just to sweeten the deal for the first couple people who do it. Alrighty, let's get into the content. We have a mailbag coming up later on, so make sure you use hashtag Saints. Send in a super chat like Isaiah, and make sure that you are getting your questions in. I am really, really eager to see what happens over the next couple of weeks. The trade deadline's coming up. They have a huge matchup against the Bears. We're going to be doing a mailbag after we go through our keys to victory. So make sure you get your questions in, and we will give you your answers as well. Quick, Courtney! I want it. All right, Courtney, since you already have a helmet sticker, how about I give you, instead of 2 raffle tickets, I give you 4. I'll give you 4 raffle tickets because you already have a helmet sticker.
That's a steal.
That's 4 raffle tickets for you, Courtney. There you go. There you go. By the way, Trey Hendrickson not expected to play tonight. That means the Bengals elevate Saints legend Isaiah Foskey.
Hear me out. Trey Hendrickson on the trade block. Chris Olave for Trey Hendrickson.
They don't need a wide receiver. They have Jamar and T.
Yeah, but we can have Trey Hendrickson.
But we could get Trey Hendrickson back. That'd be sick.
They'll figure it out.
CTM, you're a Golden Gang member too. I have won it. I haven't won anything in a while. Courtney, best of luck to you. You are the leader in the clubhouse for the raffle tickets. Just let that settle in there for you.
Ooh, some college football news.
Yes,
sure.
College football news. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Anybody a college football fan in here? Signetti signs 8-year, $93 million contract through the 2033 season. $11.6 million a year. There you go.
Where do I sign up to make that much money?
I know. That would be crazy. Make sure you use your hashtag Saints or Super Chats to get in on the show. We'll be responding to some questions, replying to hot takes and everything later on. So get on the show, hashtag Saints, and without further ado, we can get this party started whenever you are ready, Lopez. Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Get closer to the weekend.
We're that much closer. Mir Comment, I love you too, brother. We're that much closer. We're going to start off with some trade rumors. Then we're going to go into some players I want to see more from. And then, of course, we'll talk about keys to victory. And then we'll answer some questions. It's going to be a really fun live show. I hope you guys are excited for it. This is Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard for Loco Lopez. We're about to dive into the content. We're about to have some fun. And let's break it on down here live on the show. Let me get a quick sip of water, and we're ready. Nick Wright says Zaire Franklin did the most dangerous thing in football. You know, I don't know. Genuinely don't know. All I know is that Nick Wright is an idiot. All righty, let's get into it. Saints Now, Chat Sports. The black and gold have been linked to a couple of trades. Let's break it on down here. ESPN has linked the New Orleans Saints to a couple of trades, so we're going to break down what they had to say, and I'm going to give you my take on both of their trade ideas. Want to quickly remind you to subscribe for updates. The NFL trade deadline is on November 4th, less than 1 month away, and there will be news, rumors, and updates coming in every single day. So make sure you lock us in, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. I want to set the scene here just to kind of add some context around this trade conversation because I do know a lot of y'all do not want to trade away a bunch of the players that we have on the roster, which is totally, totally fair. But we do need to have a little bit of a conversation about trading these guys because you are limited in draft capital for these next couple of years. In 2028, you do have 8 picks. And then in 2029, you're back down to your normal 7 picks, 1 for each round. But you're lacking a 4th and a 7th in 2026. You don't have a 6th or a 7th in 2027. You have no 6th round pick in 2028. You have 3 the 7th round picks. So let's get into the trade ideas. First one around wide receiver, Rashid, the need for speed, Shaheed. He's swapping in the black and gold. Steelers fans say they wear black and gold. It's very obviously black and yellow. I guess they're colorblind up in Pittsburgh. But either way, this is the trade idea that ESPN cooked up. New Orleans would get a they'd get a fourth back, and then they would have no fifth-round pick or no seventh-round pick in the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft. Now, let's talk about trading Rashid Shaheed because I've been very, very vocal about trying to keep him and explaining why I do not want to trade him away. He is 27, though, and he is in the final year of his contract, and he could seek a pretty decent payday. And I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to command this absorbent amount of money, but Jameson Williams, for context, signed a $26.6 million a year contract. So in terms of what should Shaheed expect, I think around that 26 number is a fair ask for Rashid Shaheed. But the question that New Orleans and Mickey Loomis have to answer, is he worth that type of investment? Personally, I think so. But you do have to figure out, are you willing to pay this player who's 27, who's had a couple of injuries, $23 to $26 million a year? That's a fair question to ask. I personally would. Let's talk about keeping Rashid Shaheed, though, because he is one of the best deep threats in the National Football League. I've been on record saying multiple times, I'm a believer that when the pill is in Rashid Shaheed's hands, he is the most electric player across the entire league. And for what it's worth, the New Orleans Saints, they're already lacking offensive weapons. Their offense is not very explosive. And Shaheed has averaged 15.6 yards per catch, which is fourth best in the National Football League over that span. So, in my opinion, if you were to trade away a wide receiver, whether it's Rashid Shaheed, whether it's Chris Olave, whether it's Brandon Cooks, Mason Tipton, really don't care who we're talking about here. If you trade a wide receiver, it will impact the quarterback. And again, it doesn't matter if it's Spencer Rattler, doesn't matter if it's Tyler Shuck, doesn't matter if it's Jake Haener, doesn't matter if it's Hunter Deckers, doesn't matter if it's Andrew Christopher Breeze, Drew MF Breeze. Doesn't matter who it is. It's going to impact the development of the quarterback because this team has virtually no explosiveness to the offense. And when you think about the players who provide a spark, Rashid Shaheed is the first one that comes to mind, in my opinion. So why would you trade away your most explosive player when you're already lacking explosive plays? Well, the answer is to get draft capital and to try to rebuild your team and get back on top of the division. I don't think that trading away Rashid Shaheed would really help as much as it would hurt. And to be totally honest, he's a player that I have really no interest in moving. I do think when it comes to trading a receiver, if I had to pick one, it would be Chris Olave, but I still don't want to move off of him because the Saints need weapons and they need pass catchers and they need people that the quarterback can throw the ball to, because if they don't, guess what? It may be a problem. So let's revisit the trade here, sending Rashid Shaheed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, they would receive a 2026 fifth-round pick in Rashid Shaheed. The Saints, they would receive a 2026 timeout here. Everyone, we have a little bit of a tiffy here. I think I typed this in wrong. Yeah, I did this wrong. It needs to be switched. We might need to take this one from the top there, Lopez, because it's Saints receiver Rashid Shaheed, and he already is on there. We're going to have to take this one from the top. Wee woo, wee woo. Run it back. Run it back. We're going to have, what would you guys do? Would you accept or decline this trade? A lot of D's in the chat. Aints fan, Jartavius. Courtney says D. Most hated. Corey, I love football. I'll say D. We're going to need to run this one back and start over on this. Do you want me to fix it real quick? No, I got it. I had it typed in wrong on there, but it's a little bit of a, I don't know how neither of us caught that one. That's a doozy for Triz right there. Yeah, because at the beginning it was wrong too, so I want to make sure we have it right. Okay, can you show the other one too, just to be safe? Cool. All right. All right, we're going to start on over here. We're running it back. Remember all that stuff that we just said? You're going to hear it all again here. Hot takes, $2 super chat. Saints receive Rodgers. Steelers receive Olave. I actually would decline that trade so fast it's not even funny. You couldn't offer Rodgers in a first for Olave, and I still would not take it. I have no interest in bringing Aaron Rodgers to the New Orleans Saints. But hot takes, thank you for your super chat. All righty, let's start on over here. We'll run it back, and we're going to start the conversation again. You guys ready? All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Prodigy Boz says Juwan Johnson should get traded. Well, if you trade him, you're going to lose a shit ton of money, and it'll actually set you back quite a few years. So, yep, let's do it. All righty, starting back over. 3, 2, 1. The Saints have been linked to a couple of trades via ESPN. So in this video, we're going to share what they had to say, and I'm going to give you my takes. A really quick reminder to subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports so you don't miss any updates. The NFL trade deadline is less than a month away, and the rumors, the news, and all of the chatter isn't slowing down anytime soon. So lock us in, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss anything around the black and gold. Now, I want to set the scene here and have a conversation about a trade because obviously the Saints are lacking picks. And for a rebuilding team, you need draft picks, you need rookies, and you need guys to rebuild from the ground up and get the roster back in a good position. Right now, you're missing a 4th and a 7th round in 2026, a 6th and a 7th round in 2027, but you actually have an extra pick in 2028. You have 3 7th round picks, no 6th round pick, and then 2029, you go back to 1 pick for every single round. So let's get into the conversation. ESPN suggesting this. Rashid Shaheed swapping in the black and gold for the black and yellow. I don't care what Pittsburgh Steelers fans say. It is black and yellow. Wiz Khalifa said it. This is gold. Y'all wear yellow. But here's kind of how the trade would go. So remember the context of the draft capital you have in 2026. You would get back that 4th round pick that you don't have, but you would be now not having a 5th round pick and you're still lacking your 7th round selection. So why would you trade Rashid Shaheed? I've been on the record many, many times saying I don't want to trade number 22 whatsoever. He's one of the few people that are untouchable in my opinion. But he's 27 years old. He's in the final year of his contract. He could be seeking a pretty nice payday, and he has had a couple of injuries in recent years. And in terms of money and the finances for number 22, I like to look at Jameson Williams' contract. He signed about $26.5 million per year. So the question is Rashid Shaheed worth that? And to be honest, that's actually not crazy for wide receiver 2 type money. But the conversation is, are you going to be able to afford Shaheed and Olave over the next couple of years? Those are 2 very fair questions to ask. And when it comes to Rashid Shaheed, I would prefer to at least get something in return rather than just letting him walk away in free agency and potentially get a comp pick. I'd rather maximize the return if you were insistent on trading this player. Now, personally, I would prefer to keep Rashid Shaheed, and I'm not going to shy away from that. He's one of the best deep threats in the entire league. The Saints, their offense already lacks explosive plays and explosive playmakers. So my question is, why would you trade away a very explosive playmaker? He's averaged over 15.5 yards per catch, 15.6 to be exact. That's the 4th best in the National Football League over his career, which is pretty crazy considering this was a UDFA, and I understand, oh, you're getting hung up on an undrafted free agent. Yeah, because this UDFA is pretty damn good at football, and he's really fun to watch, and he's a walking highlight reel. And so when you have this conversation about trading a wide receiver, whether it's Olave, Shaheed, Cooks, Vele, Tipton, doesn't matter. If we're talking any wide receiver, or we're talking any pass catcher, trading away one of those players would impact the development of a quarterback. Spencer Rattler is your starter. Doesn't seem like he's getting off the field anytime soon. If you take away one of his best weapons and his most explosive weapons, it will hurt him. It will hurt his development. And you will not get as accurate of a read on Rattler if you lose him. Doesn't matter if it's Olave or Shaheed. And the story is the same with Tyler Shuck. if you take away one of the most reliable and exciting weapons on the offense, it's going to impact the quarterback development. So proceed with caution when it comes to trading a wide receiver. And I think that it doesn't make a ton of sense, especially when you're lacking explosiveness. Like, that's been the big problem with the Saints. They don't score a lot of touchdowns. They are not very explosive. They're good at driving the ball downfield. They just can't finish, and they can't create big plays. So why would you get rid of the player that creates the big plays? Why would you get rid of the player who has been helping you score? Why would you get rid of the player who leads the team in touchdowns right now? It just doesn't make a ton of sense, in my opinion. So revisiting this trade idea, I don't necessarily love the compensation. Like, I like getting the 5th or the 4th round back. I hate giving up the 5th. Like, I just personally don't want to give away a different pick, but I understand to make the value a little bit higher, get the 4th round pick in return. What would you do? Would you accept this trade? Would you decline this trade? Type A for accept, type D for decline. The live chat on Saints Now by Chat Sports is not a fan of this trade idea, but let me know what you guys think if you're watching this one on demand. Now, we're going to get into the other trade idea around a fan favorite. You might have seen it on the thumbnail. Number 7, Taysom Hill, has also been linked to a trade. We're going to break it down here in just one moment, but first things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. This episode of Saints Now by Chat Sports brought to you by Prize Picks, and we make decisions every single day, but over on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid, so don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And if you download the app, use code CLNS, you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. It's very, very easy to use. Here's a lineup that I have for this Saints versus Bears matchup this week. I'm going to go with Caleb Williams, the longest completion, more than 37.5 yards. Saints give up a lot of big plays. I could see them dusting us on at least one long touchdown or one long pass, especially if it's a 3rd down, God forbid. Kendra Miller, it's going to be a prove-it game from him. He's going to want to stick it to Dennis Allen. I think he's going to try to find the end zone a little extra hard than he normally does. And Spencer Rattler, I've been really impressed with him this year, so I'm going to take the more on his passing yards. If you follow this lineup, you put down $20, you will win $110 over on Prize Picks. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code CLNS, and you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Reminder to use code CLNS, or just click the link in the comments and description of this video to get started with Prize Picks. It's the best daily fantasy sports app in the whole wide world. Put your ball knowledge to the test and try to cash in over on Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right. Trade idea number 2. This one, voice crack. This one, I actually don't hate it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't hate it. It doesn't get me super jazzed. I will say it's not something I'm in love with. But when you consider the player that Taysom Hill is and you consider what he does for the team, it is hard to kind of accept the facts of, oh, you know what? It might be time to just be done with it. So you would get a 2028 6th-round pick. You would be sending away a 2028 7th-round pick and Taysom Hill. And here's what ESPN had to say on this trade. While Kellen Moore would obviously prefer to have a player with Hill's unique talents on the field, the Saints would add a little bit of extra draft capital in the process. Hill would get a chance to play for a team with meaningful football ahead in the final days of his NFL career, and I suspect he wouldn't need much time to learn the playbook in Denver. Obviously, has ties to Sean Payton. Obviously, Sean Payton paid him a very lucrative contract, and I know for a fact that there's probably no bigger fan out there than Sean Payton, Taysom Hill. Fair to say. But when it comes to trading number 7, that's actually one that's kind of tough to do. And it's not necessarily from a player standpoint. It's not necessarily, or like from an on-field production standpoint. Obviously, you're going to miss the unicorn that is Taysom Hill, and you're going to miss all of the things that he provides to your team. It's not the worst idea ever to move off of him, though. Like, my thing that I keep going back to when it comes to any trade conversation about any of these players in 3 years, when we are competing in the playoffs, are they on the roster? Are they contributing to the win? Are they a factor in that game? If they're not, it might be fair to trade them. I'm not saying you have to, but it's something to consider. I know the fan base, the Who Dat Nation, would not be happy to see Taysom Hill leave. I know a lot of people would rather keep him around and let him retire. And I know Taysom Hill loves being in New Orleans. It's very, very obvious that that's the case. And, he could have decided after the injury to retire, but he worked his ass off and got back on the field after a severe and major knee injury, 35 years old, and he's back in October. He suffered that injury in December. It's pretty damn impressive. And that's just a testament to what he is and who he is to this city. And I think when it comes to Taysom Hill, he can still be a really heavy contributor to the offense. Like, long-term throughout the season, I think that you could easily see him get a lot of action in the red zone. I do think you could see him throw a handful of passes. I think that you could see him get a lot of action on those QB powers. That being said, on the very limited runs we've seen him have, feels like he's lost his step a little bit. Of course he has. He's 35 years old. He just got healthy from a severe knee injury. Of course he's lost his step. That's kind of where I just get back to him. Like, he can be a contributor, no doubt, and I value that, but you can trade him and you get something nice, at least something respectable. Maybe it's something you consider. The Saints need to prioritize the future. Either way, doesn't matter if it's Cam Jordan, doesn't matter if it's Demario Davis, doesn't matter if it's Alvin Kamara, doesn't matter if it's Shaheed, Rattler, Olave, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we're having a conversation about. The future needs to be the priority. Not right now. Not next week. But you need to take into consideration the future when you are game planning right now and for next week. If Olave, if Shaheed, if Taysom Hill are not a part of that equation, it does have an impact on the offense, and you could see the unit as a whole, not just the quarterback, struggle and have some bad moments, just for what it's worth. So I want to have the question, and I want to have you guys, or get you guys the opportunity to answer the question. Would you trade Taysom Hill? What do you guys think? Just yes, no, maybe so. Let me know in the comment section, would you trade him, or would you rather just see him retire in the boot? I personally would like to see him retire, but I don't think it's the worst idea ever to trade this player away. Appreciate you guys for rocking and roll with us here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. From my guy, Loco Lopez. Y'all stay golden, and we will see y'all next time. Boom. What up? Yes. Do you need it? If you make it smell bad, I swear we'll fight.
This is an interesting
one. Injury report is out. Chris Olave and Alante Taylor upgraded to full participants. So everyone upgraded today.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Hot Takes for the $2 super chats in 3 different ones. And they kind of got hotter and hotter, the takes. First one saying, Saints trade Shaheed for Marcus Davenport.
That's hilarious.
I'm in.
That's funny. You're funny. You're a funny guy. Funny guy.
Then
no.
He follows it up with Saints receive Aaron Rodgers, Steelers receive Chris Olave.
No. But, hot takes, you are 1 super chat away from getting on the raffle. If you send in 1 more, I'll give you that.
You mean, did he 3? That would be $6.
Well, he sent in $2 ones, right?
He sent in 3.
Sent in
Eagles
3?
receive
Oh.
Loomis, Saints receive Howie Roseman.
Deal!
We're in!
Deal! All right, hot takes. I'll give you a raffle ticket for that because he sent in 3. Boom.
And that one was a good take.
And that one is an awesome one. Yes. Yeah. Chase Sr., who says no? I mean, Mickey Loomis is the most tenured GM in the National Football League for a reason, dude.
He's got to be good.
It's because he's good at his job. Duh.
He won a Super Bowl.
Duh. Only one Saint did not participate today at practice, which is awesome.
Who was the one Saint?
Devon Godshaw, who was on a rest day. And so that means everyone participated that was supposed to.
Are we going to be healthy going into week 7? Are we going to be fully healthy? Someone's tearing an ACL tomorrow at practice.
Shut up. Stop saying that.
Someone's tearing an ACL at practice.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that.
The writing's on the wall. The Saints are never healthy.
Yeah, I know. You know, maybe if we're still like a super healthy team in like a week or two, like if we stay healthy, I actually want to revisit some of the notes that I took from the off season or from training camp when Kellen Moore, he's had like a whole new like pre-game process, not pre-game, like a whole new warm-up process which stresses like extra stretching and getting in trying to prevent the soft tissue injuries. And I'll tell you what, man, I know at the beginning of the year we were banged up, but look at us now, and look at some of the other teams out there.
Week 7, and we might have a full roster on Sunday.
Yeah, we might be fully healthy on Sunday. I mean, look at the Ravens. They have literally nobody healthy.
Don't mess with us right now.
The Bills are beat up. The Patriots are beat up.
49ers.
The Niners are so beat up.
Fred Warner's leg, which is the other direction a couple days ago.
Yep. Jartavia says Mickey Loomis is going to get fired in the offseason. I see it happening. We will see.
I think he's past the point of, he's going to get fired. If it was going to happen, it would have been years ago.
Yeah, I think we're kind of at the point where we'll see a mutual parting of ways.
He will retire.
He will he'll just retire. And I don't even know if that happens because like I will say one thing here. I'm actually about to defend Mickey Loomis. If the Saints turn it around in a year or two and they're back in the playoffs and they're back to being a good team, Mickey Loomis will have turned this team around multiple times. And that is not an easy thing to do as a GM. And that is not something a lot of GMs get the opportunity to do. Because once it starts going bad, a lot of them get fired or they quit or whatever. So I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not sitting here saying that Mickey Loomis, I'm rooting for him to stick around, but I am rooting for the Saints to win. And if they start winning games, why would you fire your GM if you're winning games?
Did someone clip that? Trizzy's now in the Mickey Loomis fan
Yeah,
club.
Trizzy now thinks
Mickey
Mickey Loomis is the whole reason the Saints are relevant. That's what it is. Michael Morgan. Can Saints DBs stop DJ Moore and Rome Odunze? Well,
good thing about DJ Moore is he may not be playing.
DJ Moore today was a limited participant at practice. He upgraded, but he may not be playing. DeAndre Swift added to the injury report today. Amin Ogbong Ben, the linebacker named Amen for the Bears. He is a limited participant. He popped up today. Jonah Jackson was a full participant, so they're getting a little healthier. Cairo Santos, their kicker, and Noah Sewell did not participate for the second day in a row, meaning Jake Moody will be the guy. Can they stop him? Sorry, I had an itch. I think that DJ Moore will give the Saints a little bit of a tough time if he's available, but that is also a player who's dealing with an injury. So if he is available, like I could see him not being totally utilized, which means Rome Odunze will have a really big opportunity. And
he's been having a pretty good year, though. Rome Odunze's been having a pretty good sophomore year.
Rome Odunze, I really, really like Rome. I think that he's a guy that might be able to. I think that Quincy Riley and Kool-Aid McKinstry are going to need to have a good game, but I do think that they can manage for what it's worth. Lord Buddy Bear, good to see you, buddy. For what it's worth, Buddy Bear, I know you love to be on all of the Hall of Fames. Right now, it's $10 to get on the Saints Now helmet, on the new icy white helmet. It's $10. It's nothing too crazy. Normally, by the way, on Thursdays, that's why you want to get on it on Thursdays. On game day, the price goes up to $20. Just saying, $20 is how much it costs to get tickets. Or to get on the helmet. So, booyah. Who wants one? Who wants one? Who wants one?
CTM said Ravens releasing Chauncey bring him back now?
Nope. No, thank you.
I feel like that has to say something. He got signed and then cut within a week.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm good. I will pass. I will pass.
Like I don't know what kind of team could handle Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at this point.
I love football. Buddy Bear is a Raiders fan, and he is a legend. So better chickadee check yourself, brother. Lord Buddy Bear is my homie. CTM. Oh, let me add you into the
Raffle.
Raffle, yeah. When is Michael Thomas coming back? The same week that Drew Brees comes back.
Week 9.
It'll be the same week that Drew Brees is your quarterback again. Which, in case you're curious, is never. Wayne, that's a pretty good one. I love it. That's funny. All righty, let's get into the next piece of content. A couple players I want to see a little bit more from. Seen some good. Seen some bad. Want to see more. Marlon, good to see you. This says they should trade Pete Werner. Prodigy says we should trade for linebacker. Prodigy, actually, I will counter your we should trade for a linebacker with a hangout and see what I have to say about a linebacker that actually could potentially provide more. His name is Danny Stutsman. Talking Danny Stutsman here on the show. All righty, let me pull up my. Dude, I did something with my finger. I forgot. Full screen, and then we'll go into it. Yep. Perfect. Yep, that's perfect. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. As always, I'm your host, Trizzy Trace Girouard. I want to go through a few players that I want to see more from. And what does that mean? Well, it's a lot of different things. I want to see them get more time on the field. They either are on the field and I want to see them play better, or they just haven't really gotten utilized after being around for some time. So let's start off this conversation on the offensive side of the football. First things first, want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on your notifications. Wide receiver, Devon Vele. I was going to see if you guys would make a guess at where I was going to go with this one. Devon Vele, I need to see more from him. 6'5", 210 pounds. He is the biggest wide receiver in the room. And the fact that he has only played 88 snaps on offense, that is disgusting. That is really disappointing. And quite frankly, it's a little bit of a head-scratching decision considering what you traded away to get him. It was a 4th and a 7th round pick, and you get a possession wide receiver in return. He has reliable hands. And fun fact, in 2024, he caught 60% of his contested catches. This year, we haven't really seen him do much. 5 targets. He's caught the ball 4 times, 29 yards, and one of those was for a touchdown. And the thing that I really liked about the touchdown that Devon Vele had was, remember, it was against the Niners. Did a really good job of creating space, putting his body between him and the defender, and putting himself in front of the football where only he could make the play. I thought it was a really, really good route by Devon Vele. And we have seen him get a little bit more usage as the weeks have progressed. He didn't get a ton at first because it takes a minute to get to know the playbook. It takes a minute to get the chemistry with the quarterback. So, I can understand why it may have taken a moment. But for Devon Vele, it's really, really shocking that they haven't started to open him up and open up his usage a little bit more, considering the things that he provides to this offense. And look, I think that this is a team that definitely could be much better in the red zone. And so how can you find more success? Devon Vele, throw the ball to the contested catch specialist. Throw the ball to the guy who's really, really good at boxing out other players. Throw the ball to the guy who's the big-bodied receiver that you have on the roster. It's pretty simple, but crazy concept. I know. The Saints are 29th in red zone percentage in terms of touchdowns. They got to find ways to be more effective, and I think Devon Vele is a player that can help them find more success. So why did we trade Devon Vele if we're not going to use him? It's kind of my question. It's not like there's all of these illustrious pass catchers in New Orleans that are just beating him out for reps. Why do we trade for him if he's not going to be a part of the offensive plan? And that's not to say he's not a part of the offensive plan. but it sure as hell doesn't feel like he has been. He's kind of been MIA outside of a couple of first downs and a touchdown. And again, 5 targets, 88 snaps. I would like to see that, both of those numbers, severely increase. Now let's get into the second player here. We're going to go defense. Quincy Riley. So Devon Vele, kind of going back to this. I want to see more from him from the standpoint of he needs more reps. He needs more snaps. He needs more looks. He needs more opportunities. Quincy Riley, he has been starting to get those more reps. He's been starting to get more snaps. He's been starting to get more runs. So much so that he's actually in line to start. Isaac Yadam, he missed last week with a hamstring injury. On Thursday for the injury report, he was a limited participant, which was an upgrade from Wednesday when he did not participate. So things are trending in the right direction for Isaac Yadam. But Quincy Riley started in place of Isaac Yadam, and he has been starting to get more and more snaps. He's gotten 132 total snaps on defense so far this season. And I will say, he had a really, really strong start. Like, do not want to take anything away from the first few outings that we saw Quincy Riley. He has been really good to start off for the black and gold. Last week, though, not good. He got absolutely cooked. So far this season, 8 tackles, 2 pass breakups, a forced fumble. Look, I think that Quincy Riley is a player I'm not necessarily too worried about. I want to see more from him because I want to see him continue to grow and develop, and I want to see him get more opportunities to make plays. I want to see him get more reps. There's going to be rookie struggles. There's going to be problems. There's going to be issues. There's going to be mistakes that are made, and that is okay. I want to emphasize that is okay. He is still a rookie, and I am not necessarily worried about this player's development. He was a very high-level guy coming out of Louisville, a very talented and high-level producer in terms of the statistics and the pass breakups and the tackles and the interceptions. He was a ball hawk at Louisville. And so for Quincy Riley, I think that he's somebody who, as time continues to pass and as he gets more reps and he goes against quality pass catchers, it will only help him because iron sharpens iron, and I think that that will be a really big one for Quincy Riley. And it's no mystery that the black and gold have struggled in coverage. They got to find ways to hold up better. They got to find ways to break up more passes. They got to find ways to keep the receivers from busting open a 40, 50-yard touchdown. They got to find ways to bring down the ball carrier after they make the catch. They got to find ways to stop plays even if they do give up the catch. Like, the defensive backs, especially the coverage side of the defense, it's just been bad. And in the cornerback room specifically, Quincy Riley is a player that I'm really, really high on. And Kool-Aid McKinstry, we're going to talk about him in a second. He's a player that I think needs to be better. Like, I just think that the future is really bright with a young cornerback trio of these 3 players. And I think that considering all of the tape we've seen from Quincy Riley, he will be headed in the right direction. Another player, though, honorable mention for this video. I need to see more. I need to see better football out of Kool-Aid McKinstry. Goodness gracious. For a player, reminder, the Saints traded up to go and get in the 2nd round last year. He's been underwhelming. He has been. He's had one good game. He has had one game against the Giants. That was awesome. Like, not taking it away from him whatsoever. He was amazing against the Giants. Where is that Kool-Aid McKinstry? I mean, honestly, hot take, maybe we just start calling him JaQuincy until he starts playing better. Crazy thing to do? I don't know. But honorable mention, Kool-Aid McKinstry needs to start playing better football. He's supposed to be the CB1. The Saints traded away Marshawn Lattimore with confidence in Kool-Aid McKinstry. I don't know what's going on. All the reports around him this summer and throughout training camp were really positive. Don't know what's happening here with Kool-Aid. All in all, I can say I think that this is the first year in the new scheme. It's the first year with this defense under Brandon Staley. Give it some time. We've only seen 6 games of it, and it has overall gotten better since week 1. But still a lot of room to be made in terms of improvements. Now, really quickly, we're going to get to my last and my favorite name on this list. But first things first, this Alvin Kamara shirt, it's on sale today and today only. So make sure you click the link in the comments or description of this video, or just visit chatsports.com/AKshirt. All sizes are available. He does not want to get traded. He ain't going anywhere. So if you want to celebrate AK being a Saint for life and you want to rock out with this shirt on Bourbon Street at the bars, you want to go and look fresh, you want to rock it to game day, go and get this shirt. Click the link in the comments or description to get yours today. I'm a dirty little stud, baby. Give me Danny Stutsman. I need more. I need more. I need more. Let me put it this way. I want to make something blatantly obvious when it comes to Danny Stutsman. Why do I want to see more from Danny Stutsman? Why not? Why not? Honestly. Like, if I had to be totally genuine and you wanted me to just get a little bit off the hinges with this, if I'm a junkie, Danny Stutsman's my drug, and game day's my needle and my spoon. And I need to see Danny Stutsman on the field more than 10 snaps. 10 snaps. We have had 10 snaps on the field with Danny Stutsman on defense. P. Werner has not been playing nearly good enough to only give him 10 snaps. Just going to put that out there. He is such a high-level player. He is somebody who can provide such a spark. He's somebody that has already quickly become a fan favorite, and he's a player that is ultra productive. He's a phenomenal leader, and he's somebody that has excellent instincts, not just against the run, but also he can hold up in coverage really, really well. He's done a handful of things. 10 snaps, 9 tackles. I mean, I'm actually... Live reaction, I need to make sure that's right because I don't know if I actually typed that in correctly. Danny Stutsman, thus far, according to Pro Football Reference, my God, 9 tackles, 6 solo, 3 assists. 9 tackles on 10 snaps. That's 90%. 90% of the time when he's on the field, he's getting a tackle. Put him on the fucking field. What are we doing? I'm sorry. P. Werner just not good enough. Put Danny Stutsman back on the field more often. He needs to get more reps. He needs to continue to grow. He needs to have this time to develop. You are doing a disservice to Danny Stutsman by not putting him on the field. I can understand for the first few weeks. I get it. What are we doing now? Get him on the field. Stop wasting time. And look, he did get some run against the Patriots. You want to know what happened? What's crazy? Guess what happens? Drake May sees Danny Stutsman on the field. They get to stop. I don't think there's any mystery to that. I don't think that was an accident. I genuinely don't. I genuinely do not think that this was an accident. Remember, Drake May kind of had a little bit of an interesting game where he cooked the Saints. Really only one big play that stuck out was when the Saints got to stop on 4th down, and Danny Stutsman was on the field for that. I mean, you can't sit here and tell me that number 28 is somebody that can't make a difference. You can't sit here and convince me that Pete Werner can do more than number 28. Want to know why? Because on 10 snaps, we have seen Danny Stutsman have 9 tackles. Pete Werner's getting burnt in coverage. Pete Werner's missing tackles. Pete Werner's sort of becoming not a liability, but he hasn't been ultra reliable. Like Demario Davis, yes, he has been. He's older, but he's still been playing really good football. I think Danny Stutsman needs more reps, especially on field next to Demario. It's going to help him so much in the long term. We got to get on the field. And Stutsman had some really, really awesome things to say. I'm so impressed with this young man. And every time we get the opportunity to hear him speak or see him play, he just proves more and more why he's an impressive player. And we had the honor and the pleasure of talking with him and his dad here on Saints Now. I highly encourage you to go check out that interview. It was before training camp. It was absolutely awesome. I think we're seeing a lot of what we've seen in Danny Stutsman. We've seen a lot of things that he talked about in that interview, but here's what he said on the limited snap count. It's putting reps in the bank. Those reps right there will grow with interest. And hopefully in the future, when I have a great career, it'll be due to those 6 snaps right there. He's talking about the 6 snaps that he took against the Patriots. I'm excited to see the takeover, man. I really am. I don't know why it's taking this long. I don't know why there's any sort of hesitation. Danny Stutsman, I want to see more from because he's so damn good. He's the cracker with the juice. Get him on the field. Let him make a difference. Let him go out there and have some fun. We're not going to be winning a ton of games anyway. You might as well start developing the young guys and giving these kids an opportunity to really grow and really shine, especially when they have the blessing of playing alongside a DeMario Davis. I don't know how you could possibly sit here and justify keeping him off the field as the season progresses. You need to increase his snap count every single week. That's not something I'm willing to budge on. He needs more reps. The Saints need more reps from Danny Stutsman, and he needs more reps. Who's a player that you want to see more from? I gave you 3. And I think this is a really fun question because, again, it's not like who's a player that you want to see be better. Kool-Aid McKinstry is definitely one that comes to mind. Who's a player you want to see more on the field from? Jonas Anker. He was really exciting, and he's had a pretty fun start to his career. I want more of that. It's so fun. Like, there's a lot of guys that come to mind here. Kendre Miller, Devin Neal. There's a lot of players. I want you to name one. I gave you 3, sort of 4 with Kool-Aid McKinstry in the mix. Appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on this video. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for Loco Lopez. Y'all stay golden, and we will see you next time. Lord Buddy Bear. Sorry, Buddy Bear. We were in the middle of our segment when you sent that in. I am going to go ahead and give you a helmet sticker right here. And, of course, we're going to put Lord Buddy Bear because if we just put Buddy Bear, that would be lame, right? Lord Buddy Bear.
By the way, while we do that, be sure to get your mailbag question in using #Saints.
Yes. Use #Saints or send in a super chat if you have a question, hot take, trade idea, draft prospect, anything like that. Buddy Bear! Thank you, my friend. You're going to go right up front.
Speaking of draft prospects, should we tell them what we were talking about doing next week?
Right here. Lord Buddy Bear, forever and ever, ingrained on the helmet. Let's do it. Put me on the helmet. F. Tom Fumble Brady. Looks like we were both headed for a top 5 pick. We'll see at the top of the draft, Buddy Bear. I will say, having Ashton Jinty around is so much fun. He's an exciting player, Buddy Bear. Thank you for supporting and donating here, man. You do such an awesome job, and you're so generous to so many of us here at Chat Sports. It really, really does mean the world. I know we like to have a lot of fun. I know you and I have had a lot of fun. We've thrown down a few beers on our day. A few is an understatement. But it always means the world when you come back and you pop in and show up and show out. It means the world to me. And funny enough, Buddy Bear, I was actually hanging out with Mitch at his house on Tuesday, and we were talking about you. We were talking about Tri-Man, talking about Venthrak. We're talking about a bunch of the guys on Raider more so. Just, shout out to you, man. I really do appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that you have a phenomenal weekend, brother. You're the man, and in my book, you're a homie, and you're a real one. If you got a question, if you have a hot take, if you have anything you would like to discuss in this game, make sure you use #Saints. Send in a super chat. We will be doing all sorts of fun content here today. We're going to start off with some keys to victory, and then we're going to get into more questions, and then we'll have some fun. So use #Saints. Send in a super chat. We definitely need a handful. Oh, he says he's not in Raider 1. Okay, I didn't know that. I guess I missed that. Point being, we're talking about the Raiders legends. We were talking about the Raiders legends. That was the point of it. We were talking about all of the legends in Raider Nation as well as the Chat Sports homies. That was the point I was trying to make. Sorry, brother. Sonia, yeah, like the stream. Mile High, if you're saying Ashton Genty's not good, you are not watching the tape, my friend. He is awesome.
I think he has to say that, though.
Yeah, he's a Broncos fan, so he has to. Get those, Ty Man, it's good to see you, brother. Ty Man, I got to see Petey the other day. He was asking about you. He said, "Oh, is Ty Man still in all the chats?" And I said, "You would be proud. Your number one soldier is still trucking along, my friend."
Try and keep Ty Man out of the chat.
Yeah, try to keep Ty Man out of the chat.
I'd like to see you try.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, man. You're an absolute legend. Ty Man, Buddy Bear, 2 Chat Sports, real ones, 2. I mean, guys, you can't talk about Chat Sports without mentioning them.
Thank you. I can't stop bodying LSU.
What happened? What happened? You're just addicted to it?
I did it again.
What did you do?
Ratio after ratio.
What did
Why
you
are
do?
we in your head?
LSU
Why are you
fans-
thinking about LSU so
What
much?
did you tweet?
LSU fans are just so. No offense to anybody who's here.
So Joey Peterson, known Tennessee Volunteers fan, is in the studio, and he's
So-
making LSU fans mad on Twitter.
This guy was tweeting
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I remember letting him.
I liked that one. That was a
And then
good
he
one.
Said, "What's your point?" And then I
In
said,
2017. My brother in Christ, I was in high school. I was in high school in 20. No, that was my freshman
So
year.
wait,
That was
what
my freshman year of college.
Just more LSU fans.
There's more LSU. Wow, that's
Is it
hilarious.
the same fan?
No,
Or?
it's a different one this time.
Flo,
Is that just
thank you for
2017?
joining us. Greetings from Switzerland, Europe. Thank you. Thank
Those
you.
are the illiterate ones.
Thank you.
Those are the dumb ones.
Those are
Those aren't the ones that went to LSU. Those are the ones that like.
Those are
down
the ones that
bayou.
went to, yeah, they're the ones that didn't quite go to LSU. They just,
They're missing a couple teeth, but they really like the Tigers.
but they bleed purple and gold, dude. Alrighty. Courtney, that's a great question. We'll make sure we answer that one.
Yeah, get some more questions. The only ones I really see are from Queen Courtney, I Love Football, Jerry G. The normal people. Or U.S. Champ got one in there. But yeah, we're not getting a wide variety of people.
U.S. champ, great question, or great hot take, I would say. Sonia, I know I'm beating the hell out of a dead horse, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson was released again.
Someone
Still
had a question
not
about that. I think it was CTM. He has
C-
a super chat.
yeah,
so
CTM
We'll
said-
discuss that a little bit.
For sure. Do we need any more questions, or how are we doing?
Let me look at the super chat. See if there's a question. Yeah, we can talk.
Yep. CTM did ask one. Mile High says when the Saints come marching in. There you go.
He knows ball.
Great song. We need a couple more questions. We need a few more in order to make sure that we can get through the content. Use hashtag Saints or send in a super chat if you have a question, a hot take. We don't have a lot of them, so if you have a few questions you'd like answered, hashtag Saints. Anthony, I will not answer your question unless you use hashtag Saints. Flo, I will not answer your question or respond until we get hashtag.
Oh, Queen Courtney, I've seen
Texas.
yours.
Loco's got yours.
Yours
Queen.
have been received.
Yes, we
Thank
got
you.
yours. The Fetch Monster
Is that a fun nickname for Michael Thomas?
who's who is a Fetch Monster? Don't put that one up. I don't even know who that is.
That's like the word fetch monster seems like something that would,
It
like
makes
get
it seem
your-
like it's a wide receiver of some sort.
No, it's like if I Google that, like my search history might get like flagged. Like something about that
I
seems
googled
weird.
Fetch Monster, and
Yeah, you see, I think
that's not a.
I think
That's
that
a
would,
drawing of a dude coming out of a mirror.
he's doing what out of a mirror?
Alrighty. Hashtag Saints in the super chat. Robert, we'll get to your question.
I think we should be good.
We're good? Cool. Let's break it on down.
God, I really hope Tennessee loses this week.
Jalen Waddle rumors heating up to the Giants. Alrighty. Mailbag time. First, we're going to start off with some keys to victory, and then we're going to get into the mailbag. So use hashtag Saints and then the super chat if you would like to be featured. All right. Boom, yeah. All right, let's get into it. Pop. Pop. Let's party. Let's do it. Revenge is a dish best served in black and gold. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're going to break down how Kendre Miller, Spencer Rattler, Chris Olave, and the black and gold can get revenge on their former head coach, as he is the defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, who you are playing this week. And maybe it's not a revenge game for the entire team, but hey, it feels like it's a revenge game because it feels like he's the guy to blame for blowing this whole thing up and making us suck and pretty much ruining my football team. Maybe he's not solely to blame, but I'm going to blame him anyway. Let's get into my keys to victory. I got 3, and then I'm going to bring on my producer, Loco Lopez, and we're going to go through his 3. So first things first, no self-inflicted wounds. Notice how traditionally the past few weeks has been limit the self-inflicted wounds. Stop the self-inflicted wounds. This one is none. Just don't do them. Don't give up 3rd and longs. Don't miss field goals. Don't get penalties. There you go. There you go. That's it. No self-inflicted wounds. Pretty simple. But we're still going to find a way to unload the clip on our foot and make it look like it's Swiss cheese. Either way, the Saints and the Bears are both teams that are pretty bad when it comes to penalties. Both teams get a lot of penalties per game. These are the numbers per game, by the way. 8.3 penalties for New Orleans per game. 8.6 penalties per game for Chicago. Now, in terms of the yardage, the Bears get significantly more penalty yards than the Saints. So play a cleaner brand of football. Play a smarter and more disciplined brand, because if you do that, you will be able to win this game. It's not like the Bears are this team that is super duper amazing. They are a good football team, but it's not like they are unbeatable. They are a beatable team, and if you play clean football, you limit the penalties, and you don't have any self-inflicted wounds, then this is a team that easily could lose to the New Orleans Saints. They're on a short week, riding the high of a win in Monday Night Football. I definitely think that or was it Monday night? It was Monday Night Football. Yeah, Monday. I was like, was it Monday or Sunday? They're on a short week, Monday Night Football, riding off the high, beating the Commanders. Maybe this is one where you can sneak away with a win in Chicago. Second one, hammer the rushing attack. Fun fact, the Bears' rushing defense sucks. So in terms of opponents' yards per rush, 5.7 yards per rush, which is second to last in the league. Opponent rushing yards per game, 156.4, also second to last in the league. So when it comes to the rushing attack, you have a handful of weapons. Alvin Kamara is the first one that comes to mind, no doubt about it. Get him or feed him early, feed him often. He's a player that I still have a lot of faith in. Get Taysom Hill involved. I think he definitely should get some reps. I think he should be utilized in the red zone for sure on short yardage downs, absolutely. But there's one player that really comes to mind when it comes to the rushing attack. It's Kendre Miller. I need a statement game from Kendre Miller. I need a prove-it game from Kendre Miller. Pardon my French, but I want to see number 5 have a fuck you Dennis Allen game. I do. Do you remember what happened with Kendre Miller and Dennis Allen? He put him on IR. He kept him off the field for so long. He just was tired of dealing with them. So he just made him not available. Play with a chip on your shoulder, Kendre. Eat your Wheaties. You got some revenge to go and get. You got somebody to prove wrong. And he's standing across the field from you. He's going to be eyeing you down. And you can go prove why that guy is an idiot and why you are the one who is correct. Have a big game, Kendre. I want to see him break away. I want to see him get a couple big runs. I want to see him score touchdowns. I want to see him be a problem for this Bears defense. They suck against the run. And Dennis Allen has every opportunity to get put in a body bag by number 5 this week. Now, last one, win in the red zone. This is an easy one. This is a basic one. And it's not one that is going to move the needle, or it's not a groundbreaking discovery. Win, score, succeed. Offensively, you got to be better. You got to get it in the red zone and score points. Defensively, you got to stop opposing offenses from scoring in the red zone. Now, offensively, New Orleans scores touchdowns at a very low rate when they are inside the 20. They're 29th in the league at 42.11% in the red zone. They are bad. Now, on the opposite side of the football, defensively, they give up touchdowns, or their red zone or opponent red zone scoring percentage, 66.67%. So 2/3 of the time. That's 24th in the league. Win in the red zone. Score points. Stop stalling out drives. Stop kicking field goals. Utilize Taysom Hill. Like I just said, throw him in the into the QB power plays. Hammer Kendre Miller. Like, y'all seen that meme on TikTok and Instagram and Shorts and everything? Lizard, 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 lizard. That's what you should be doing with the Kendre Miller rush the football. Kendre Miller, 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 until they can't take it anymore. Throw the ball to Devon Vele. Throw the ball to Juwan Johnson. Get your big body targets open in the red zone. Throw the ball in the red zone. Scheme Olave open. Scheme your speed guys to move around the field and create space and get open. We can get much better on that side of the football, in my opinion, and the New Orleans Saints definitely need to do that. We're going to quickly go through Lopez's 3 keys to victory, and then we're going to get into some questions here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. Lopez, how can the Saints get some revenge on DA?
I actually didn't realize how similar our keys to victory were.
Yeah.
But I guess they're very glaring.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair. But it just goes to show you need to beat this team, and there's a pretty easy recipe to do that.
Yeah, it's the same story every week. 1, you can't finish drives. You leave points on the board, it seems like, every drive, whether you're kicking a field goal with Blake Groupie, or Blake Groupie's missing that field goal,
Yep.
or you're getting really close to the end zone, but you can't really finish it.
Yep.
It's just, I'm tired of not finishing.
Yep. Totally with
You
you.
get there every time.
I'm totally with you.
And then again, let AK and Kendra eat. I'm going to put a number on it. One of them is going to need to have 100-plus rushing yards. One of them will be in the triple digits. I don't know who, but one of them will.
Okay. I like that.
Then, final one, prices are good. You know, it gets the quarterback to hurry up.
Yeah.
Sacks are great. I'm tired of you grabbing a jersey and trying to pull it, but then the quarterback gets away.
Yeah.
That gets us nothing.
No, it doesn't. It really helps us not at all.
No.
Maybe it gets the
looks
quarterback
pretty.
to throw on the run, and now we live in a world where quarterbacks are expected to be able to throw on the
Yeah,
run.
they're actually mobile, and they can move around a little bit.
Yeah, crazy
Believe it or
concept.
not.
I know, wild thing. Other thing, I'll add one more key to victory that neither of us put on here. Protect the football. The Bears force the most turnovers in the entire league. They're number 1 in turnover margin, number 1 in turnovers per game. Protect the football. Spencer Rattler has not put the ball in harm's way too much this year. We've had a couple of fumbles here and there. The Saints have done a good job not allowing turnovers to happen on the offense, but they need to force turnovers on the defensive side of the football while also protecting the football on the offensive side. I think that's a very, very easy one that Lopez and I both, I don't know how we missed it, but we both had the exact same ones. Dude, ball knowers over here. We know ball. Yeah, we know ball, I guess. All righty, coming up, we're going to get into our mailbag portion of the video. Y'all got questions. We got answers. We're going to respond to hot takes, trade ideas, all sorts of fun stuff. But first things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. I absolutely love Prize Picks, and I play Prize Picks every single game day, and I think you should too. And if you want to make some money and you're always right, well, Prize Picks is the one place where being right can get you paid. Don't miss on any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right. When you download the Prize Picks app, use code CLNS. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And fun fact, Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So if you want to pick more on Spencer Rattler's passing yards, rushing yards, and touchdowns, now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. And if you need a little bit of inspiration for this game, I got a fun one cooked up. My key to victory, feed Kendra Miller. It was the same one that Lopez had. Feed Kendra. Have a legacy game. Have a prove-it game. Get points. I think Kendra is definitely going to find the end zone once. Caleb Williams, I could see at least one pass burning the Saints' defense. I know that I said that we need to do a good job of limiting the self-inflicted wounds. We probably won't, realistically. So I'm going to take Caleb Williams to dust us on at least one play. And then Spencer Rattler. I'm going to take the more on his passing yards as well. I think that he's a player who could have a really, really big game here against the Chicago Bears and Dennis Allen, your former head coach. But, guys, I highly encourage you to download the Prize Picks app today if you want to get in on the sports action. And follow other players directly on the app, and you can copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Follow them on the Prize Picks app when you check out the feed tab. Download Prize Picks today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. All that information is clickable in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Alrighty, first question coming in from CTM144. With the Ravens releasing C.J. Gardner-Johnson, would you bring him back? No. The answer is no. He's been on so many different teams. He's been on so many strong locker rooms. He's been in some really successful situations. And the one thing that is very similar to all of them is that he has been a locker room problem. And for a team that's in the midst of a rebuild, that's trying to create a culture and trying to develop a strong culture, you need to find ways to prevent that kind of stuff coming in and make an impact. And it's a pretty easy way to do it. You just don't sign him. You don't trade him. You don't draft him. I'm just saying, I'm good on C.J. Gardner-Johnson. At one point in time, phenomenal player. I still think he is a good football player, but I'm good. We're at a point where it's very obvious that the headache isn't worth the play anymore. Michael, can the Saints DBs stop Rome Odunze and DJ Moore? So really quick update. There was some chatter around DJ Moore this week. On the injury report, he was actually listed as a non-participant on Wednesday. This was filmed on Thursday during our live show. So when the injury report came out for that, he was limited on Thursday. So he was listed as a limited participant. It was an upgrade. So DJ Moore may be available. Don't necessarily know whether or not he is at the time of filming this video. By the time this video gets posted, that may change. We'll let you guys know if there are any updates. But all in all, to answer your question, yes, they can. Will they? I think it'll be kind of tough. Rome's been pretty impressive. I actually really like Rome Odunze, and DJ Moore is a very, very good wide receiver. So the Saints defensive backs, specifically Kool-Aid McKinstry, Quincy Riley, I'm begging you, please have a good game. If they don't, Caleb Williams, he may be putting the Saints on his next set of fingernail paint. Anthony Kinchin? Anthony, I don't know. Anthony, what's going on, brother? Do you think that Mason Tipton is being underutilized? You know, I'm going to say no. I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, I don't think so. Like, let me just say this. During training camp and during the preseason, it's really, really exciting to see the lower roster guys pop off and do really, really well. Who are you taking snaps away from? My question is going to be that. Are you taking away from Olave, your wide receiver one? No, unless you trade him away. You taking him from Rashid Shaheed? No, unless you trade him away. Brandon Cooks? Maybe, but probably not. Devon Vele? No. You're definitely not replacing Devon Vele with Mason Tipton. They're two completely different players. So I don't think the question is he being underutilized. I don't really have an answer to it because it's like yes, but no. Like, yeah, he hasn't really gotten out there, and I think that he's a promising player that has a lot of upside. But I also don't need to see him getting more reps than Rashid Shaheed, Devon Vele, or Chris Olave. Like, I think he's a great option to have at like wide receiver 4, 5, or 6. I don't need him being number 2 or 3 though. That's just my opinion. Robert, and I do like Mason Tipton a lot for what it's worth. Hand up. I'm a Mason Tipton fan. I just like whatever. Long story short, my answer is going to be I don't know. What is Olave's trade value in your opinion? I'm going to bring Lopez in on this one because this is kind of a fun conversation. You want to say it together on 3? I don't think I know what you're saying either. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3rd round pick.
It's getting worse by the day.
I don't disagree with what you said. I don't disagree whatsoever. It is not getting much better. Each week, I think it actually goes down a little bit.
Yeah. You remember in the offseason when he was also in trade rumors, and we were like, okay, we'll take a first for him.
We'll take a first and a second.
Yeah.
Now it's can
then
we
it
get
was
a 4th?
second.
Can we get a 3rd?
Like, I think 3rd right now is best case scenario. Mm-hmm. I think more realistically, a 4th is probably what we're looking at.
We'll see. And the thing is, if you trade away Chris Olave, you're going to need another receiver because then you're down one guy. And so it's like do you trade like a 5th in a player? Because if you have the player, it may lower the draft capital you get in return.
I would say.
I don't know.
I would probably be like, you know what? I'll finish out the season with Devon Vele, Mason Tipton getting more reps. I'm gonna need a receiver in the draft anyway.
Sure.
Just give me a better draft pick.
No, that's totally fair. Trade value. I agree with Lopez. I think the best thing you're gonna get is a 3rd. Now, if he has a couple crazy weeks, I could see the Saints holding on to him as long as they can to try to drive it back up. And if the trade value goes up, maybe they deal him. But if it doesn't go up, maybe they decide we're going to hold on to him and revisit this in the offseason. Maybe that's what they do. I'm going to say the best thing you get is a third, considering the injury history, considering the drops and stuff he's had this year, but also considering it's a prime position and he's a player with a ton of upside and he's a player that a lot of people want. A third, I feel, is like a good landing spot, I think. U.S. champ. Hot take, Devon Vele can be the next Michael Thomas. If we use him wisely and correctly, the talent is there. So one of my subscribers is saying that Devon Vele, the 6'5", 210 wide receiver the Saints traded for at the beginning of the season, that he could become the next Michael Thomas. If we use him wisely and correctly, the talent is there. Now, a couple things about Devon Vele. He's a possession receiver, has super reliable hands, and in 2024, caught 60% of his contested catches. This year, 5 targets, 4 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown. 29 yards and a touchdown. All in all, I think that Devon Vele is a player who needs to get much more involved in the Saints offense. He's only played 88 snaps so far this season. And I think that that's a really, really low number. And I think that he needs to be getting more opportunities. I don't like saying he can be the next insert player. Because it's hard to say, oh, yeah, he's going to be the next Michael Thomas. So we're sitting here saying Devon Vele can go and have a 1,700-yard season? No, probably not. I mean, maybe. That'd be wild, but probably not. That being said, in terms of usage, have him operate over the middle. Have him be an ultra-reliable receiver. Have him do a lot of different things. Get him very involved. Make it a priority to give him the football. I don't disagree there. I just don't think that he's being used properly. I don't think he's been getting enough reps. And I do think that the reason it's been a slow start is because we traded for him in the preseason, and it takes a minute to get used to the new team, get chemistry with the quarterback, learn the play. It just takes a minute. So all in all, I could see that the New Orleans Saints giving him more opportunities. But to say he's the next Michael Thomas, that's a bold take. It's a hot take. And that's why we put a lot of these out there, is because I know y'all got hot takes and a lot of things to say. Appreciate you, U.S. champ. Appreciate Queen Courtney. Appreciate every single one of you who got involved here on the show. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. We're going to be live on game day, so make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. And y'all stay golden. We will see you next time. Boom.
That's a live show.
Huh?
That's a live show.
That's a live show right there. All right. We will set a 2-minute timer. Last chance to get. So I also had a typo here. It's 2 tickets. It's $5 for 2 tickets. Because normally it's 5 for 1, so it's 5 for 2 today. 5 for 2. 2-minute timer. Last chance to get helmet stickers and raffle tickets for our Drew Brees plaque. Giving away a career accolades plaque for Drew Brees where it lists all of the awards and all of the accomplishments for Andrew Christopher Brees, as well as putting stickers on our helmet. Queen Courtney!
Queen Courtney wants more stickers.
What's more stickers?
What did she get last time? 4?
So
Another
she got
4?
one. So right now, 1, 2, 3. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually gave her an extra one because I felt nice. So she's getting 4 this one. She got 5 last one.
So you got 9 throughout this.
Yeah, Queen Courtney. I'm trying to hook it up for you, girl.
She might be walking over.
Trying to hook it up for you, girl. Trying to take care of you.
She might be getting that plaque.
Courtney, is there anybody that you'd like to put on the helmet sticker since you bought one? I know you have one already. It's right, Cha. If you have a friend or a family member or somebody that you want on the helmet, we're happy to put them on there for you since you got a helmet sticker. We did give you your raffle tickets, but we do want to give you the opportunity to put somebody on there. Resetting the clock because Queen Courtney bought us a little bit more time. So, booyah. Reset. $10, you get a sticker on the icy white Saints helmet. $5, you get 2 raffle tickets. And if we get to $100, we will do a beer bong. I have 2 brewskis in here. And right now we are sitting at... I hate this new YouTube dashboard. It's awful. $52. $50 super chat, and we're doing a beer bong.
That's the way to start the weekend.
$50 super chat, and we'll do a beer bong. How's that sound? Who wants to do some drinking? We have a minute and a half. Somebody needs to send in a $5 super chat or more to reset the clock, but we're 50 away from a beer bong. Who wants to do it? I got the Freedom Funnel in the studio because America rocks, best country in the whole wide world, and we like to celebrate by putting down some ice-cold brewskis on the channel. 1 minute remaining. $5 keeps us live. $50 is a beer pong. And I'll tell you what, if you send in a 50, we're going to do some crazy stuff. $50, I'll give you 50 raffle tickets. Why not? Have some fun with it.
That's $1 a ticket.
That's $1 a ticket.
That's a hell of a deal.
50, look, this is the deal. And I'm going to reset it to have a full 60 seconds. Full 60 seconds to make sure that everyone can take advantage of this deal. Last 60 seconds of the show, pending a super chat. If we get a 5, you get some raffle tickets. $10, you get raffle tickets and a helmet sticker. $50, I will do a beer bong. You will get 50 raffle tickets and a helmet sticker. That right there is unbelievable value for $50. Ready, set, go. I Love Football says he passed his midterm. Congratulations, brother. Hey, here's to being gentlemen and scholars. Get that education. It's important, brother. Good stuff, brother. That's awesome. Midterms are not fun. They're stressful. They are awesome. If I win, can you send a hat with the plaque? I will go. I will say, Courtney, maybe. If we have a hat available, then yes. If there are no hats available, then no. This one's mine, and I'm not sending mine away. I have to go to the store and see if there's more. There was only a couple of them last time I went, so if you win, then yes, I will include a hat. But but I do not know if we have hats. I have to go look this weekend at the mall to see if there's more of them. Just full transparency. But if there are, I will pick one up and send it to you if you win. Sound good? I think it's a good deal to you. U.S. champ, of course, my friend. Anything to make the day a little bit easier. 10, 9.
Does she not reset the clock with the $2 super chat?
She does reset the clock.
Am I crazy?
Sounds good. I'd love one. I'll go check the mall this weekend. I'll go see what's up and see if I can find one of these bad boys. They're really nice hats, and Courtney, you've been a longtime supporter. So if you win, I think we could find a way to sweeten the deal a little bit.
Try our best.
We could find a way to sweeten the deal a little bit for you. You do have the only Saints Now polo that belongs to anybody not named Trizzy Trace. Pretty cool. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. $50 super chat is 50 raffle tickets, a helmet sticker, and a beer bong. Last chance to do it. $5 is 2 raffle tickets. $10 is a helmet sticker and a couple raffle tickets. And then $50 is all of it and a beer bong. Last chance. Last chance. This has a feel like this game. I have a feeling that it's going to turn into a everyone rallies around Queen Courtney. I'm buying. Send Courtney my tickets. I'm buying more tickets for. Like we've had a lot of those.
Is this the Queen Courtney legacy?
I could
game?
see this being a Queen Courtney legacy game on Sunday. I could see that happening. I think it'd be a lot of fun. All righty, 15 seconds remaining. Last chance to get your raffle tickets. Last chance to get on the show. 2 for 1. Otherwise, when we get live next time on Sunday, the prices increase. So last chance for on sale. I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to hop on out of here. It is time for the weekend. Jerry G, thank you for showing some love. Great stream. Well, you're a great viewer, my friend. Appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling. Next time we go live, it will be on game day 1 hour before kickoff. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and have a great weekend. Y'all stay golden.